Alright, so sorry it took me a bit before I could make this video and produce it. I actually had this video idea for quite a minute, about maybe a week, just, work stuff, and honestly, I got a little bit lazy. I can't lie to you. But we're here, so what's going on, you guys? Your boy Frost here, and today, originally, I was going to have this as an XDefiant honest review, but with the constant plethora of people that is making content out of XDefiant and its immediate closed beta success despite its issues, and you could tell that the community is ready for a game like this, I figured I wanted to go a little bit more in depth with that, and that's kind of to just mix XDefiant with kind of how I feel about other games and just FPSs in general, and including COD in the mix, because every time XDefiant pops up or Call of Duty pops up, it's like, oh, it's the COD killer and stuff like that. I don't really think, like I said, COD, not like I said, but I don't really think XDefiant will kill COD. I think it will take most of the player base, if not a good sum, and I think that's a good thing. Competition in the FPS market is good because we don't really have a lot of that. There's a lot of things for everyone, but there's a lot of issues with other games that they won't fix, that they won't listen to, and they just keep releasing store bundles and all this other stuff. I feel like the only games that are like that are, I say, somewhere along the lines of Siege. Siege is starting to get a little bit more transparent when it comes to issues, but I mean, Siege is kind of just for who likes that type of game and other stuff. But I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. Let's just talk about a little bit of XDefiant, since I have it playing in the background here. If you don't know, if you haven't watched any other content creator make a video on this, they're gonna continue to say that this game has no SBMM, there's map voting, there's gonna be a lot of content coming out whenever this game releases on day one, and they're absolutely right. This game is literally releasing with all of that, and I feel like this game isn't really getting the biggest shot that it's supposed to. Like, there's a lot of people that put it off because, oh, it's another COD clone and it'll be dead in another month, just like how Splitgate was. And Splitgate was much more different, man. Splitgate released around the time where Halo Infinite surprise window dropped, so everybody was getting ready for Infinite. They played Splitgate, and surprise, surprise, Splitgate was a very good game, despite having its server issues go on for about maybe a week or two. But nonetheless, Splitgate is a really good game even to this day, and it still is being played. It may not have the biggest, player base and stuff like that, but you can still find games, man. People say that game is dead, but it's not, man. I don't really think they really thought about the game being completely successful like that. So, yeah, XDefiant is releasing with all that, and considering that I've played this game during its insider sessions, I played maybe 4 insider sessions. So, I've been seeing this game kind of pop up, and I was just like, this game could be really good if they just go the right way. And now that it's in closed beta, I am pretty confident, as long as they keep the transparency up and are communicating with the community, making changes that affect, ranked and casual as well. As long as we get a say-so in this game will thrive. I can't see it failing now, is what I'm saying. So, the game is launching with, I think it's like 24 plus weapons, something like that, with mastery camos. This is all going to be on day one, as well as ranked. Call of Duty has not done this at all on day one. We basically had like 8 or 9 maps on day one, probably less than that. I think it was like 6, 7 maps on day one. And yeah, it was awful, bro. It was very bad. Day one launch for Modern Warfare 2, if you were on PC, it was the worst. I would even say for some consoles too, it was just the worst launch ever, man. It was just horrible, and I just couldn't get over that. But XDefiant's, closed beta was kind of rocky. It's getting more stable now. It's much more stable now. It's much more smooth now, actually, and it's actually really fun to play. I feel like if you have not played XDefiant, or just put it off and you were just watching videos and it's piquing your interest, but you're just not connected, I'm suggesting you try it. If you try it, if you like it, then you know what I'm saying, you have the game, Might as well try it now before the beta closes soon. I'm pretty sure they're gonna extend it by the time I'm recording this. So, yeah, I think you should give it a try. If you don't like it, then hey, you can't say you never tried it, and you know what I'm saying. You can give your opinion on it, and boom, bada bada. Another thing I wanted to talk about was Call of Duty in general, just like why it's failing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have said this, but it's just like it's just not capitalizing on what Call of Duty was as a franchise, as a traditional COD. It's trying to breach this new era of COD where it's trying to be a mill sim, and it's still incorporating COD elements. It just doesn't mix well with the mill sim atmosphere and the movements and stuff like that. Like, the movement isn't really all that good. They slowed it down drastically. I mean, from beta, there's literally bunny hopping, and it was just I remember the movement being much more faster in the beta, and then upon release, and they were just making changes based on how the game felt, and to make it easier for casuals to go against better players. And it's like, why do that whenever you already have SBMM incorporated? It just doesn't really work well, per se. And in general, it's just like COD to me now just feels like an indefinite cash grab. They just put Call of Duty, they just put the Call of Duty franchise, slap the title on it, and then they just make whatever game they want. And it's not just they. I say this as Infinity Ward mostly, because mostly Infinity Ward, has gotten the most money out of just the whole COD franchise into bringing it back. But the only reason why it was brought back was because of Warzone. I swear to God, people will say that Modern Warfare 2019 brought them back to Call of Duty, but it was mostly Warzone. Warzone was quite literally the peak of Call of Duty, period, man. It was so much fun, had a lot of replayability, and it was just an endless oasis of just, like, I couldn't explain it to you, because Modern Warfare 2018 had issues on day one launch, and the servers and the maps weren't that good. But anyways, let me not go on about that. I just don't really like its approach now, especially with Modern Warfare 2. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people is, and that's the reason why they're developing a new Call of Duty this year, and kind of going back on their promise of going on a 2-year cycle, because they know it just won't last, and just to milk it out as much as they can, which is why they have this new battle pass system now, which is a premium battle pass into a premium title that costs $70+ as it fucking is, with a battle pass on top of that. So that's damn near $80. Then on top of that, if you have bought the fucking Vault Edition, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure you even get the battle pass off rip, so it didn't really matter. But that's what I'm saying is, like, but now you have a premium battle pass with the game that's already premium, so that's damn near, like, I just couldn't. And then they're reselling skins. It's just, I just don't understand how people can put up with a game like that. It's like, oh, I played ranked. It's like, I couldn't even play ranked either because of the hacker situation. It's just, imagine having a custom anti-cheat that just doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? And I can't, man. It pisses me off more. So, I mean, I don't main COD like that no more. I would love COD to go back to its roots, and that's why I'm relying on Treyarch to do that, because Treyarch has always retained the COD traditional formula. You saw it in Cold War, and even in Black Ops 4 as of recently. I would not blame them if I see them actually going back to that formula, but also incorporating the Modern Warfare engine into that. So it's just like they have literally an endless oasis of just ideas that they can pour into and just keep it going. Last thing I kind of want to talk about is just why I prefer gameplay over graphics. I feel like when it comes down to Call of Duty and just actually the whole gaming universe in general, graphics I can't even speak, is at an all-time high. When I'm talking about graphics, people's expectations now is that the game has to look like Red Dead Redemption 2 off rip. And this cuts into a lot of performance issues, because You know what I'm saying? We're gaming on all types of PC specs and all that other stuff, and even going as far as a PS5 and Xbox Series X, which can handle most of this stuff. And even going as far as to playing on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's just like, it's just not possible. And it's just like, it's the reason why I just don't understand that demographic, why people draw that so easy. And I'm just not a fan of it. If you're going to keep having your expectations that high for graphics, you're going to be let down by every single release that comes out that gives you that graphic, quality. Now, gameplay, I'm mostly focused on gameplay because it's mostly what I'm going to be doing rather than just looking at, oh, but like, look at the graphics on here and blah, 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 blah. It's like realistic. Bro, like if I want to go look at graphics outside, I would just go outside, bro. Like outside of gaming, I'll just go outside. Just like if it wants to look realistic, I'll just go outside or whatever and just look at the city landscape or something. Or the outside landscape. But it's why I just have my expectations low for ambitious titles that say like, oh, well, we're doing this, and the graphics or the gameplay's gonna be smooth. It's like, having my expectations low means that I won't get let down every single time that a new release comes out, that they're promising so much stuff that they go back on. And I guess you could say the same thing with XDefiant, but XDefiant is much more different since they have been transparent from day one before the closed beta. We mean from insider sessions and all that stuff. Like Mark Rubin himself has been the most transparent person of all time when it comes to an FPS, and I just think that XDefiant will revive the FPS market, and it will have something for everyone. And I've just been giving a lot of newer options with games, and I just don't mind giving games a try now. Newer games that come out that are interesting to say the least, I just don't mind giving them a try. And just, if I don't like it, then I don't like it. I'm not gonna complain about it. But if I like it, I play it more. Nothing like, it's nothing too crazy. And XDefiant has been that game that's been scratching my FPS itch and my COD itch. And I'm telling you, if they keep going down this path, we're going to see a surge. It's going to happen. It may not be as big as everyone think it is, and why everybody's saying like, oh, it's going to kill COD, but it's going to pose great competition. So I didn't want to make this video that long, and thank you guys for if you tuned into this video. Help you give a little bit of insight on how I feel about XDefiant and COD and just mostly FPS as a whole. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always, peace.